friends, back again to another video. Today's gonna be more in the Broadway rankings, and we're officially like past the top 10. This is number 9 today, so we're trekking on through. So here we go, and also happy fall because today's the launch of pumpkin spice. Do I still have my cup? Yeah, here's my cup, almost gone. Good old pumpkin spice latte time. Yeah, and the fall decor is coming, so once I get set up, I'll probably do a tour of all the fall decor going on. So anyway, here we go. Number 9 on our Broadway ranking is Miss Saigon 2017 Revival. Okay, so here we go. So this one is another unexpected one, because usually when I go to New York, I usually make in my mental picture top 3 of shows I want to see, I pick top 3 that I really want to see, and I pick one that I'll see at all cost. And usually that all cost one I've always been able to see, and a top 3 usually I'm able to hit. So this was not in one of those. So I always thought, I'm sure other people agree, that Monday was always a dark day on Broadway. You assume no shows play on Monday. Well, to my surprise, some shows do, especially because special arrangements. I don't know, I found a lot of them are Andrew Lloyd Webber shows, so I don't know whether it's a British thing, and then some have different policies. It's still a way smaller selection, but there is always some show playing on Monday, and I did not know this, because this was June 2017, so I assumed it was just because of Tony Week, or whatever it was, because I came like the week before Tony's, and I was auditioning in the city, so my plan was audition, see a show at night, audition, see a show at night. And I was going to do, sorry about my phone going off, and I was going to do Mondays, I was just going to go, have dinner in the city, but then I saw, oh my god, there's actually shows at Tix. I can actually see something. And none of them were my top choices. I believe it was Groundhog's Day, Miss Saigon, Chicago, Cats, Phantom. So I was trying to think, I'm like, So I just went to the box office and said, what's the best seat option? Because I was like, I don't know, I just want to see, I would be fine with any one of those, besides Cats for obvious reasons. So I'm like, what's the best option? And they said Miss Saigon, so I'm like, okay. I had never really listened to the music. I vaguely knew storyline. I know Leah Salgana, it's her show. So I'm like, I knew it was nominated for 7 Tonys, so I'm like, okay, let me see it. So I went. The seat was in a good section. It was, I believe, hold on, I have to take it here so I can check. It was Orchestra R13, so it was pretty decent. It was like in the middle-ish, but shorty pants me, being 5 foot, still needed booster seats. So several shows I did need booster seats, so it was not a knock at the Broadway theater. So I got my little booster seat, and I sat there, and from opening, when they all come out and they're like, Miss Saigon, I'm like, what did I see? But as it went on, holy crap, the production value alone, the helicopter, what? And because whenever I mentioned I saw Miss Saigon, anyone who's seen the show or knows about the show, they're like, oh my god, what do you think about the helicopter? The fact that they're able to do that is amazing. And yeah, so Miss Saigon, and I learned a lot of history through it, because it takes place during the Vietnam War. So Chris is an American soldier. They're winding down. Sorry, stupid phone. They're winding down, and they're about to get out of there, and then they go to a bar, and he basically meets prostitute, but it's her first night. It's Kim. So he basically goes home with her, but they just pretty much hang out there, but then they fall in love. It's a cute little story, great music. And then stuff happens. They're going to go back to America together. He ends up leaving without her, and she's pregnant. He doesn't know. Then she has the baby. It's a whole thing. She wants to go back to him, but that's not able to happen. And then she has the engineer who was like the pimp of the girls, like watch over her. And then she has the guy who she was supposed to marry as a kid, like come back. Sorry, my phone. Oh my gosh. Let me turn it off real quick. I'm sorry. So then she is the guy who was like supposed to marry her as a kid, come back, and it's a whole thing. And yeah, oh my gosh. So like they're going back and forth, and then it shows 3 years It shows Chris 3 years later in America. And plot twist, he's married. There's another girl in his bed. Jesus, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, that should be it with that, hopefully. So, yeah, so he's married and doesn't know that Kim has his 3-year-old son. And then his friend who was in Saigon with him during that time, like, is now helping, that part kind of confused me, honestly, where, like, he's helping kids that were, like, born with American blood in Saigon, like, find their parents. And he finds Kim and finds out baby is obviously Chris's. So then Chris is like, oh my god, to meet my kid. So he goes up there with his new girl. And then, so Kim's so excited. She's like, oh my god, I'm getting Chris back. It's gonna be a whole nice thing. And then, oh no, she goes back to find him, and who's there? Just the new wife alone. So they have a powerful duet. Oh my gosh. I say it's up there with I Have a Love, Boy Like That is like the top, I would say it's one of the top 3, top 5 best female duets in Broadway history. And then, like, Kim's like, is she meant to be with her? Like, it's a whole back and forth thing. And Chris is like, no, I love you. So, eventually, it's based off the original opera Madame Butterfly. So, if you've seen that, then you basically kind of know the story. So, basically, she's like, he'll have a better life with the new wife and Chris. So she kills herself and leaves the baby with them. Yeah. So sad ending. The kid's reunited with his dad though, but the music is incredible. I could listen to the music all day. And the fact that the new wife could have been a character where everyone's like, whatever. But you fall for her and you understand her through her song, and it's overall a great story. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's about to go on tour. Yeah, it's about to go on tour because this closed January 2018. So it's coming to tours. It's touring now because they just announced the cast. Because Ava Nobila and Leah Salgana, who were the 2 Kims in history on Broadway, announced it. So it's coming. It's going to be great. I'm definitely going to try to see it again, because I love it, as it's one of my top shows, and I've only seen it that time on Broadway, so amazing. I was surprised at its lack of Tonys, and that year, well, Best Revival was tough competition, because the nominees that year was Miss Saigon, Falsettos, and Hello Dolly, and I've seen all 3 of those. Well, Falsettos I saw when it came to theaters, and I've seen Hello Dolly and Miss Saigon, obviously. And you notice I have not talked about Hello Dolly yet, so obviously I rate Hello Dolly higher. But, so it was a tough year, but I actually wanted Ava to win Best Actress. I thought she deserved it. It's a very hard role, and she didn't. So I was sad about the lack of Tonys. That the only things I could have seen it winning was Best Actress, though, because it was such a tough season. But, yeah, it was a great show. See it when it comes on tour, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Next will be the top 8, and a lot of them coming up will be from my most recent trip. So yeah, so it'll be recent, and most of them are still running. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.